Utnapishtim, Sumerian Noah and the Great Flood. As we know, the Sumerian texts are the oldest known source of writing on Earth. The Sumerian tablets contain descriptions of people and events known to us from various other cultures and religions. One such story is the story of the Ark and the Flood. Here's that story. In ancient and distant times, people taught by the gods lived in great cities and created civilizations. These civilizations at some point became so heavily populated that it gave the Anunnaki gods sleepless nights. One of these gods was Enlil. In the Great Council of Anu, he complained about the people and the fact that the population multiplied too much and people were loud and noisy. In anger, Enlil brought sickness, starvation, and crop failure to the lands. The rains have stopped, access to the oceans has been closed. For 1 year of Anu, they ate grass from the ground. By the second, they took revenge. In the third year, hunger changed their features, their faces sunk, they lived on the brink of death. In the fourth year, their faces appeared green. They walked hunched over the streets, and their once broad shoulders became narrow. In the fifth year of Anu, human life began to degenerate. Mothers closed the doors from their starving daughters. The daughters spied on their mothers to see if they have hidden any food. In the sixth year, cannibalism began. After years of living in misery, one of Enki's favorites, Utnapishtim, begged him to have mercy on the human race. At the same time, the gods of Nibiru, who possessed great knowledge, were preparing to leave Earth. The flight of the gods from the planet was caused by the incoming great water, which even the technologically advanced Anunnaki civilization had no influence on. Big water was inevitable. At the Council of 12, each of the gods was forced to take an oath not to reveal information about the impending doom to any of the people. Under pressure from Anu, Enlil and Ninursak, Enki was also forced to take the oath. However, as the creator and father of mankind, he devised a plan to inform Utnapishtim of the incoming disaster. Standing behind the screen, held by his assistant, Enki began to speak. "Read screen, listen to my instructions. All places of residence, all cities will be swept away by the storm. There will be the destruction of the human race. This is the final decision, the word of the assembly of the gods. Demolish a house, build a ship. Give up possessions, seek life. Take on board of the ship the seeds of everything that lives." Enki then gave instructions for building an ark, which was something like submarine, made of wood and sealed with tar. On the day of the Anunnaki departure, Utnapishtim, with his family, animals and everything he managed to gather, entered the ark to see the lands once again after a year they spent inside. Sumerian texts also describe how the Anunnaki, leaving the earth, wept over the fate of the planet. The size of the waves and the power of this terrible event brought great fear upon them. The gods trembled like dogs, huddled against the outer wall. Ishtar screamed like a woman in labor. The old days have turned to mud. The Anunnaki, the gods, cried with her. Humiliated, they all sat and wept. Their lips were pressed together, each of them. Thus, after 287,000 years from the creation of man, humanity was decimated by the cataclysm of the Great Water. After a year in the ark, the Great Water began to recede, and Utnapishtim and his family came ashore. The text assigned a great flood to 13,000 BC and the harbor for the ark in the mountains of Ararat in the present-day Turkey. Thanks for watching, please like and subscribe, and see you next time!